In the Kalahari, danger lurks everywhere. Killers constantly seek their prey. They can strike from any direction. For some, relatives offer protection, but enemies may also appear among them. In this merciless world, every creature fights against foes and each other to survive. Africa's predators, Botswana. The most fearsome are the African wild dogs. After a tough summer, Botswana's skies come alive. Here, all young grow up quickly. Wildebeests give birth at the start of the rainy season, so their offspring have plenty of food. This little female is just minutes old, but she instinctively stands. This is the most dangerous time in her life. When defenseless animals reproduce, bloodthirsty predators begin their hunting season. A male ostrich watches over a brood of month-old chicks. Survival is not easy in open space. For both predator and prey, a stroll with newborn offspring is always a challenging task. A family of large foxes leaves their hidden den and sets out in search of food, but only after mum checks that there's no danger here. Taking the young into the battlefield is a necessary evil. For some of them, rule number 1 states, you must move to survive. This impala calf is just a few days old, but he may not make it to tomorrow. He is watched as he learns to walk. The herd provides some safety, but the little one must follow close behind mom. Otherwise, the consequences could be fatal. The newly standing calf must flee. Instincts urged him to run, but his legs could not carry him fast enough. Impalas are not the only animals relying on the help of relatives. Elephant herds consist of females and their offspring. Upon reaching sexual maturity, males leave the herd and learn to care for themselves. Mothers, daughters, sisters, and aunts roam the savannah in search of food. Mothers, daughters, sisters, and aunts roam the savannah endlessly in search of food and water. The herd's leader is the matriarch, the oldest and wisest female elephant. She has lived for over 40 years. The herd follows her, and she leads them. How long can she? There are no arguments here, no struggles for leadership. This is the perfect way to learn life's secrets, not in complexity, but in constant change. Under the herd's protection, this calf receives all the resources needed for survival. But he has much to learn, because savanna hunters are always seeking new prey. Their main targets are the weak and vulnerable. Fortunately, when you're part of a mighty family, someone is always watching over you. For generations, elephants have learned to deal with pesky predators. The lioness may need to try her luck elsewhere. This calf survives, thanks to the love and protection of its herd. Raising offspring is important for other predators as well. The entire pack of African wild dogs is responsible for protecting and feeding the alpha pair's pups. They help them grow quickly with daily portions of fresh meat. At just 3 months old, the pups are ready to leave their den and learn to hunt. The advantages of cooperative parenting are clear. During hunts, African wild dogs increase both size and power. Perhaps the pups are still learning, but they will gain experience and become valuable members of this fierce family. Thus, the pack will survive in this harsh land. In a group, African wild dogs rely on mutual aid. However, life in other families is not so easy and free. In a pride of lions, each member must know their place or face the consequences. Perhaps a strong lion leads them, but the heavy lifting is done by the lionesses. They lead the hunts and possess remarkable skill. However, the kill made by the pride belongs to the king. He is responsible for protecting the pride and the safety of his group, so he rightfully eats first. He also mates with all the females and increases his personal army. Under the leadership of the commander, the lionesses care for the pride's offspring and do everything to ensure the cubs survive. The pride leader protects all his young. The cubs are his legacy. He will do anything to keep them safe from danger, even if they sometimes get on his nerves. If another male usurps the pride leader, he can kill all the cubs and mate with the females to eliminate the offspring of the former king. When this lioness brings home a handsome stranger, the lion senses trouble brewing. He thirsts for the blood of the intruder. The king must act swiftly, because the playful behavior of the outsider directly threatens him and the future of his pride. There is only one way to resolve this. The lion will fight to the death and remind the females of the rules. The offspring of this king will survive. Some battles come to an end, while others are just beginning. Soon, two sworn enemies will clash in the savannah. In the encounter with a herd of buffalo, lions find themselves outnumbered in their youth. Buffalo, known as the Black Death, they reach nearly 2 meters tall and weigh up to 900 kilograms. They are not afraid of these relatively small cats. Hiding their calves behind a solid wall of horns and muscle, the giants send predators fleeing. The lioness wants to take another risk. To conquer these massive opponents, she must break through their defense, find the weak link, and destroy it. Stealth is key. The experienced huntress skillfully uses cover, sneaking closer. She conceals her approach with all sorts of terrain features and gets within striking distance. The moment of truth arrives. If the huntress makes a mistake, the buffalo will trample her to death. She lunges into the attack. In the chaos, the adult buffalo forget about the calf that strayed from the herd. This is a deadly mistake. Today, the entire pride will feast, thanks to the huntress's skill at hide and seek. When thugs are hunting you, you must know how to defend yourself. The strength of the zebra can only be matched by its aggression. Only a bold predator can attack these dangerous animals. Even African wild dogs fear them, but they have spotted a weakness in the herd. It's a foal just a few months old. The pack is ready to kill. Defending itself, zebras surround the baby and hide it among their rank. The dogs strike from all directions, trying to split them apart. It's time to show the predators who is in charge here. The protective instinct kicks in. The situation has changed. The prey suddenly charges at the hunters. Zebras Unterstand. Together, they have the strength to drive away their most dangerous enemy. Dawn breaks over the Kalahari. Baboons have slept all night in the treetops, but now they need to come down to the ground to find food. This is where predators hunt them. Newborn baboons cling to their mother for the first 5 weeks of their lives. But as they begin to explore, they are hard to keep close. Fending off the pack is very dangerous. Predators are always on the lookout. This spotted hyena is searching for a baby to steal, and this young one is caught in the line of fire. But the baboons have a strategy. No one must travel alone. If one member of the troop strays, the others follow closely. The primates try not to stay in the open. The spotted hyena is not ready to attack a united group of baboons and moves away. Family members survive. If they stick together, they lose no one. Later, the unbearable heat of midday. Large and small families decide to rest. Banded mongooses sleep together, and this is an important survival skill because not all hide from the midday sunday. Only pups thrive, and a martial eagle can easily kill a sleeping mongoose. But it's unwise to mess with this united gang. It seems their bravado works. The mongooses do not scatter. Fears unite and taunt the largest eagle in Africa. Fears gather and tease Africa's largest eagle. The apex predator's attack plan has collapsed. No matter how small and defenseless you are, united, you will always prevail. To face their rivals, families must develop unique survival tactics. Vervet monkeys produce over 30 different calls. They communicate information effectively, but they do not just share news. It is a vital tool in the fight for survival. By 6 months, young vervets become more independent. They forage with other members of the troop, but leave the safety of the group. And danger lurks. A killer roams nearby. The vervet troop always stands watch. This vigilant monkey spots the predator and immediately raises the alarm. Vervets use different calls for different threats. It's clear this is a leopard. Climb to the upper branches where the heavy cat cannot reach. Even the young know what to do. The calls are a powerful tool for this family. Other animals also defend themselves through information exchange. In Botswana resides the largest elephant population in Africa. But here, these giants have learned that lions can kill. This large and solitary cow is ambushed. She charges at the predators and trumpets loudly to scare them away. Moreover, the female secretly and quietly warns her kin of the danger. She stomps, creating a low-frequency rumble. The sound is so low that humans cannot hear it. Sound waves travel through the ground for up to 9 kilometers in all directions. Remarkably, Elephants hear this silent message through their feet, sensitive nerve endings, detect the vibrations in the earth and decode the message. It is clear. Attack. Lions, a herd of females with offspring, takes a defensive stance. They push the young and vulnerable to the center, forming a protective wall around them. The lions will try to separate the mother from her foal and kill it. Elephants do not relinquish their positions. They listen with their feet and trunks. When the retreat signal sounds, a unique early warning system has activated. Danger has passed, and this calf has survived. But the stakes are raised by a deadly drought. Apex predators guard the last sources of water closely. Elephants must enter lion territory. Predators are starving. Little prey remains that they usually hunt. Only these giants are left. Desperate, lion pursue more dangerous target that will satiate their growing hunger. The hunting instinct fuels fearless behavior. One family pursues another. In the thickets of trees, lions can sense their weakness. The time to strike approaches. Strike. Hungry. Predators pounce on a weak and exhausted elephant. He has strayed from the herd and must fight off his attackers alone. Fierce lions gain the upper hand. They charge the giant and with their weight, bring him to his knees. A fallen elephant will save the pride's life, which has found itself on the brink of destruction. The drought season continues, and here they arrive to breed. Hundreds of thousands of red-billed quilias. Huge flocks beat the dry grasses into nests on the acacias. They are built high above the ground, surrounded by thorns, and predators cannot reach them. But to find food for their ravenous chicks, the weavers must leave the safe trees and fly out into the open space where danger awaits. Predators immediately spot and attack any bird that ventures out alone for food. Therefore, the quilias unite to cheat death. Hundreds of thousands of quilies rise as one, a whirlwind of a million fluttering wings. It can deceive even the sharpest predators. The key here is the number. The more birds in the flock, the less likely they are to become prey. Some quilias might perish, but thousands of others will live to see another day. The fury of some animals is directed not only at predators. Jackals form lifelong pairs. This male has lost his partner. He must find her quickly, or rivals will take her away. Surely, the partners have met and now stay together. But in this region, finding a female is difficult. Nothing will stop bachelors from fighting for her. The female is ready to mate, and the lonely male knows it. Mimicking each other's movements, partners indicate that a third wheel is not welcome. But the rival does not give up. He also needs a mate. The game is over, and the unlucky thief admits defeat. For now, this family faces no threat. When supremacy is not yours from birth, it must be fought for. When the male of the wildebeest wins the battle and gains leader status, he has the right to mate with any female. The dominant male rules the group of females and perceives any intrusion on his territory as a challenge. Males bravely defend their harems of females. But this rival intends to woo one of them. His courtship sparks a war for breeding rights. The dominant male must fight for his girls. The females, the brow of the antelope, can withstand a powerful blow, but he risks breaking his horns. After a brief but fierce clash, the outsider is driven from the victor's herd. In another part of the plains, giraffes roam. Their silhouettes are easy to recognize thanks to their characteristic long necks. But it wasn't always this way. Always, 7 million years ago, one of their ancestors had a shorter one. So why did giraffes develop such long necks? It elongated over time, so animals can feed on leaves that no one has reached. This is why giraffes survive even in the most barren regions. Their long necks likely don't help them escape predators. When giraffes come to drink, their necks seem less long. They have the same number of vertebrae as humans, but each vertebra is 25 centimeters long, with unique joint inserts that turn the neck into a highly flexible superweapon. During mating, males fight for dominance. They can't strike with their horns or scratch with their claws, so they battle with their necks. The fight begins with light jabs and pushes until one lands the first blow, and it begins. The battle. A giraffe's neck stretches nearly 2 meters and weighs 270 kilograms. It acts like a battering ram as males exchange powerful blows to the body. The longer the neck, the more powerful the strike. Some reach such force that they break bones or knock their opponent off their feet. Fighting for the right to mate and lead, giraffes literally risk their necks to pass their genes to future generations. Even the fiercest predators of Africa sometimes turn on their kin. These giant beasts are brothers. Together they defend their pride and territory, but every lion must learn one rule: do not touch your brother's females. This lioness is already occupied, but the younger brother is willing to take the risk. He decides to take matters into his own hands and begins to court, but he crosses the line. The older brother is not idle. Among African predators, attempting to take away a relative's mate has its consequences. Brothers become enemies. The boss makes it clear: this female is not for you. Resolving family disputes, the lions set off to hunt other prey. A herd of 1,000 buffalo is one of Africa's greatest armies. They march right into the territory of such a multitude. Their deadly power is enough to deter most predators, but not this fierce pride of lions. They know the weakness of this formidable army. Among the seasoned warriors are inexperienced and vulnerable calves. The lion community will exploit their weak spot. The pride stalks the herd, waiting for the perfect moment. At sunset, the lions attack from all sides. In panic and confusion, the buffalo forget about the calf, which is all the predators need. But the battle is not over yet. Never underestimate the strength of a caring. Confronted by nearly a ton of muscle, the pride of lions retreats. The lioness will kill them if she can. The other members of the pride come to her aid. What could have been an easy hunt became a battle of two fierce foes. Buffaloes, larger and armed with horns that can injure a lion. Outnumbered, the predators understand that it's time to leave. The buffaloes have won and showed what family loyalty means. In a world full of merciless killers, belonging to a fierce family sometimes provides an advantage, and sometimes it deprives them. But courage, strength, and power, gained through membership in tight-knit groups, can determine the outcome of the battle for survival.